Most people think the reason they are bad with money is because they lack discipline. They try budgeting apps, they make spreadsheets, they track every single coffee, every dinner, every impulse purchase, and for about 2 weeks it works. They feel in control. And then life happens. They miss one day of tracking, then two, then they just stop. And here is the uncomfortable truth that nobody wants to say out loud. Budgeting does not fail because you are weak, it fails because it was never designed for the way human brains actually work. You are handed a tool built for accountants and told it would make you rich. It will not. What actually works is removing yourself from the equation entirely. Today, I'm going to show you how to set up a financial system that runs on its own. You do not check it every day. You do not obsess over it. You just live your life, and your money does exactly what it is supposed to do, automatically, every single month, no budgeting required. Let me start by explaining why the traditional approach keeps failing people. When you budget manually, you are fighting against something called decision fatigue. Every financial decision you make throughout the day, whether to buy lunch out or pack food, whether to grab that item on sale, whether to order something online, drains a little bit of your mental energy. By the end of the day, your brain is tired, and tired brains make poor choices. The system you are relying on requires constant attention from a brain that has already spent all day making hundreds of other decisions. Automation solves this by making the right decision once and then never having to make it again. Here's how you actually build this. The first thing you need is what I call the central account. This is your main checking account. Your paycheck lands here. Every automated transfer flows out from here. Think of it as the control center. Nothing complicated lives in this account. It just receives money and sends it where it needs to go. Now, when your paycheck hits, you set up automatic transfers that happen the same day or the next day. You are not moving money manually. You set these up once in your bank settings and they run forever. The first transfer goes to your fixed expenses account. This is a separate checking account specifically for bills that are the same every month. Rent or mortgage, insurance, subscriptions, your phone bill, these never change. So you calculate the exact total and that exact amount moves automatically on payday. Your bills get paid on auto pay from this account. You never think about it again. The second transfer goes to your variable spending account. This is your debit card for everyday life. Groceries, gas, eating out, entertainment. Here's where the genius of this system lives. You decide once, right now, how much money is reasonable to spend on everyday things each month. You divide that by however often you get paid, and that amount transfers automatically. You spend freely from this account. When it's empty, you simply stop spending. No tracking, no guilt. The account itself is the boundary. The third transfer goes straight to savings, not later, not whatever is left over at the end of the month. First, automatically on payday. Financial research consistently shows that people who save what's left over save almost nothing. People who move savings first and live on the rest build wealth steadily over time. The transfer happens before you even see the money in your main account. It disappears to a high yield savings account that takes 2 to 3 days to transfer back. That small friction keeps you from touching it impulsively. The fourth transfer, even if it starts very small, goes to an investment account. This could be a retirement account through your job, or a personal brokerage account set to automatically buy index funds each month. You do not time the market, you do not watch the charts, you just set a recurring purchase and let compound growth do its work over years. Now, here's something most videos skip over: the percentages. There's no universal perfect number, but here's a realistic starting framework that many people find actually sustainable. 50% of your take home pay goes towards fixed costs. That's housing, utilities, insurance, debt minimums. 25% goes to your everyday variable spending account. 15% goes to savings. 10% goes to investments. If those numbers do not work for your situation right now, that's completely okay. Start with whatever percentage feels honest. Even 3% to savings automatically is better than zero. The point is automation. You can adjust the percentages over time. Now, I want to talk about the emotional side of this because it matters more than the mechanics. The reason most people feel stressed about money is not actually a math problem. It's a certainty problem. They don't know if they're okay. They check their account, see a number, and can't tell if that number means they are doing well or falling behind. That uncertainty is exhausting. When your system is automated and structured, you always know where you stand. The fixed account pays bills. The variable account is for living. The savings account is growing. The investment account is building your future. Every dollar has a lane. You don't need to wonder. There's also something quietly powerful about not watching your money obsessively. When you check your accounts every day, you feel every small fluctuation. A slightly higher grocery bill makes you anxious, a random subscription charge throws off your week. But when you build a system and let it run, you zoom out. You start measuring your progress in months and years, not days. And that longer view is where real financial confidence lives. Now, this system does require one honest moment up front. You have to sit down, look at your actual income, look at your actual fixed costs, and design transfers that are real, not aspirational. Not what you think you should spend, what you actually spend. If you set a variable account amount that is too low, you'll drain it in week 2 and feel like a failure. Set it honestly. You can adjust it tighter over time as the system builds momentum. One practical tip: give each account a name in your bank app, not just checking one and checking two. Name them: bills account, free spending, emergency fund, future investments. Seeing those labels changes how you relate to the money. It stops being an abstract number and starts feeling intentional. Now, I want to ask you something, and I genuinely want to hear your answer in the comments. When you think about your current relationship with money, what's the one thing that stresses you out most? Is it not having enough saved, not knowing where it all goes, feeling like you're behind where you should be at your age? Drop it below. I read these, and it actually helps me understand what to cover next. The version of you 6 months from now who barely thinks about money because the system is handling it doesn't get there through willpower. They get there because past you spent one afternoon setting this up correctly and never had to think about budgeting again. That's the whole idea. Not discipline, not restriction, just design. Build the system once, let it run, and redirect the mental energy you used to spend stressing about money toward literally anything else in your life. If this changed how you think about your finances, my next video is already waiting for you. It's going to go even deeper, and I genuinely think you won't want to miss it. Hit that button, and I'll see you there.